What's going on, everybody? You're listening to the S3. I am JD. She is Ms. Lady M, and he is our special guest for today, Mr. Joel Willman from Willman Racing, the midget stud. No, he's not a midget, but he drives a midget. Read into that, if you will. Today, we actually got a lot to cover. Obviously, we're going to touch on NASCAR, which is why Joel is here. We're going to touch a little bit on the Sox and Diamondbacks as well before we wrap up early. But I want to give a quick shout out to one of our main sponsors, as always, with the temperatures already over 90 degrees here in the valley, which it doesn't look like it because I'm freezing my ass off in our little studio that we have for our main podcast because the AC is right above my head. Whatever. I want to give a shout out to SWFL Promos. Give Angelica a shout out. She's the one that made our personalized laser edge tumblers. SWFL Promos. You can get tumblers, you can get drinks, you can get hats, you can get shirts, whatever you need. SWFLpromos.com. So look her up. Also, if you're looking to start your sports podcast, you can get a 1 month free trial of Podbean's unlimited hosting plan by going to podbean.com/Coach JD. Again, that is podbean.com/Coach JD. There it is for all of you who are not visually impaired. So, for those of you that are, you can still listen to the show. Thank you for listening. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. What is first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
All right. Headlines and horrible dad jokes. The headlines might be horrible. The dad jokes definitely are. And we accept no responsibility if you actually use them. Headline number one, the Boston Celtics have jumped out to a 2-0 lead over the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Jaylen Brown tied his career playoff high last night with an outstanding performance of 40 points. For the Boston Celtics. Next game is actually tomorrow in Indiana. That game kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN.
One of my favorite parts of that game is still when the announcer asked Jaylen Brown like how it felt when Jason Tatum was struggling in the beginning. He's like, it doesn't affect me. I just get out there and play.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Jaylen Brown was snubbed from the all NBA team, by the way, which was complete and total BS. All right. So first joke. You know, everyone told Beethoven he could never be a musician because he was deaf, but did he listen? Nope. All right, headline number two. Antonio Brown is back in the news, this time because he was actually forced to declare bankruptcy. Brown, who made over $80 million during his career, is reportedly $2 million in debt. I do not feel for him. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. That's all I can say about that. All right. Why didn't the lifeguard save the hippie? He was too far out, man. All right. Too far out. Hey, I stand by our title. Headline number three. Joel, you'll like this one. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fined $75,000 for sparking the brawl at last weekend's All-Star race. Along with the fine, two of his pit crew members were suspended. Team mechanic Clint Myrick was suspended for the next 8 Cup Series races, and Turner Matthews suspended for 4 races. And as a cherry on top, Stenhouse's father is suspended indefinitely.
Yes.
He is no longer allowed to be there.
They turned it from a punch out to a Royal Rumble.
Well,
there was no reason for everybody to start swinging.
There was no reason for it to swing anyway.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that, you know, with Ricky's dad being done indefinitely, a lot of it has to come from he's always been in the middle of everything. But the fact that he ran over the top and just grabbed a hold of, Kyle's neck.
Right.
And, when you do that, you should almost expect to get your eye dotted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely
Absolutely.
a line.
Now it's going back and forth on social media. Well, Kyle deserved it. This is how I'll say it. And yes, I am a Kyle fan. Whether you hit him or not, when you squeeze somebody into the wall on lap 2 of a 200 lap race, that's bullshit. There's
Well,
no need to take that big of a move on lap 2.
okay, but at the same time, when's the last time that Ricky's won?
Dude, he won the Daytona 500. He doesn't have to win again.
He does.
He doesn't have to win again.
He signed a contract extension with JTG.
Hey,
however,
on
you gotta
that note,
look at it like this: when you're running and you have an opening big enough to fit a dump truck in, you're gonna take it. And yeah, he pushed the issue. However, yeah, you ran out of real estate, but at the same time, you can't. It was, to me, it was like a racing incident where he pushed the issue. They ran out of real estate, and yeah, Kyle bounced off the wall, but Kyle's also done that to a few other people. Let's go back to,
it's an incident by incident thing. He didn't do it to Ricky before this.
No. Let's go back to back in the day when Joey Logano did that to freaking Matt Kenseth, and Matt Kenseth dumped him. I mean, just plain up dumped him because it was the same situation. Found out it was a racing incident. However,
the way I see it is because Stenhouse, he hasn't won it forever. My question was, what the hell was he even doing in the All-Star race? Seriously.
Because he is a Daytona 500 winner.
Yeah. That's it, though.
And he has earned, I guess he's a top 25 in points or something, so they take those. It's kind of like going to the freaking, initial, Bud shootout in first of the year. So
he hasn't won a fight since before Danica kicked his ass. All right. That's all I can say about that.
Damn.
All right. So
damn.
So a man walks into a bar with a parrot on his shoulder. The bartender asks, "Does your pet talk?" The parrot says, "Nope. That's why I'm here." All right. Headline number 4. We were actually having pre-show discussions on this. Bronny James is actually who is the son of LeBron James, is actually starting to garner bets to be the first overall pick in the upcoming draft. He is listed as on DraftKings at 200-1 odds, tied with Purdue's Zach Edey. This is how freaking stupid this is getting. One, if he gets drafted, he's getting drafted off of his name alone.
Nepotism.
That's it. The guy averaged 4 points per game as a bench player on USC, and now we're talking about drafting him first overall. Yeah. Are you out of the guy's catch and release is 2 to 5 years? All right. He has the slowest shot out there. He might be able to play defense. He's pretty good at defense.
A lot of that is now coming due to the fact that now college athletes can get paid. Yeah. So, I mean, they are, people that have been kind of funneling money under the table. I'm guarantee you it's 100% name brand.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And maybe selling tickets. Honestly, I wouldn't be so upset if he was a late second round pick, because those players usually go all the way down to the G League immediately anyway. But when you're talking about they put him with the same odds as Zach Edey. Now, for those of you that don't know who Zach Edey is, Zach Edey's the reason Purdue was in the national championship game. He's 7'4", averaged 26 points a game and 12 rebounds. Bronny averages 4.8 points a game, 2 assists, 2 rebounds a game.
Right.
Why is he even getting this hype? Because he is LeBron James'
order
son.
Numbers.
I mean,
no.
Jordan's boys didn't even get that much hype.
Nope. Nope. So I'm just and then there was an article today that said the team that might draft him is the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, with an open mind, he could play on the bench for the Celtics and actually learn and grow his skills from the numerous stars that are on that team.
Yeah.
I'm more I'm more shocked that Cleveland doesn't take him.
Oh, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We'll find out in the draft.
I see LeBron. I mean, once you realize that LeBron's not what it is, and it's like all the coaching issues that they've had in LA, I'm telling you right now, get rid of LeBron. The coaching issue will be resolved. However, LeBron doesn't take it upon himself. I see him becoming a Atlanta Hawk and trying to do what he can over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a team that could use somebody like LeBron. Yeah, I mean, I'm on Team Jordan. Like,
I'm a huge fan.
Before I go to LeBron, I would go to Team Larry Bird.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So anyway,
Bird.
Anyway,
why not?
Absolutely. All right, now, why don't skeletons go bungee jumping? They don't have the guts. And that was headlines with horrible dad jokes.
I got one for you.
All right, good. Bring it.
So right down the road from us, I got hired at a calendar factory, and I got fired because I took a couple days off.
That one should be in there. That one should be in there. All right, what's next?
NASCAR weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
All right, this NASCAR segment is brought to you by Mamba Hot Sauce. Park that RV and become the talk of the track at NASCAR weekend when you're cooking with Mamba Hot Sauce. Mamba Hot Sauce, don't be a wimp. Pick up your flavor today at www.mambahotsauces.com. Joel, have you tried Mamba Hot Sauces yet?
I have been lucky enough to try it. And in fact, when we were at PIR 2 years ago, I want to say it was, I had a sample of that. A fine camper that was 2 spots over invited us over for a pig roast that they were roasting a pig and that stuff that's the bomb.
We love it, man. We love it.
If I could get more of that or put their name on my card, I'd be all over that. So.
Dude, I can hook you up. I know the owners.
I'm sure.
All right. With that being said, me personally, my favorite flavor was it's a mix between Ghost and Jalapeno Verde.
That Jalapeno Verde that's the one that I really like the best.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too.
I love jalapenos. I could eat them all day long.
And chili chipotle.
The funny thing is, I don't.
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Oh, the chili chipotle is really good. Really, really good. The hottest one that we had was the Mama Number 10 special. It's a 5 skull and bone rating because on the front of their bottles they go from 3 to 5. This one's 5. It was good in portions, but when you douse your cheese fries in it,
someone found out the hard way.
Hey,
for days.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed if you haven't figured that out already. All right, so back to NASCAR. This Memorial Day weekend will serve as the launching pad for the NASCAR community to formally honor and recognize United States Armed Forces through its annual NASCAR Salutes Together with Coca-Cola program. Anchoring the opening weekend is the powerful 600 Miles of Remembrance tribute, where every NASCAR Cup Series car in Sunday's Coca-Cola 600 features the name of a fallen service member on the windshield. NASCAR and Coca-Cola will host Gold Star families at Charlotte Motor Speedway, including many whose loved ones will be honored during the race.
That's nice.
Which is freaking awesome. Yeah. So let's go over the schedule here real quick. On a side note, look, as a veteran, let me say this, because people kind of blur the lines between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. To make it simple, Veterans Day are for those of us still above ground. Memorial Day are for those that made the ultimate sacrifice and are buried below ground. So that's the difference. So for those of you that want to send out messages to fellow veterans or whatnot, say thank you for your service. It's really not what it's for. If you want to know what it's for, go to a national cemetery and check out what's going on there on Memorial Day, and then you'll get a better understanding. All right. With that being said, the schedule this weekend, we got the Craftsman's Truck Series, which is kicking off in about 2 hours, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. The track length is a 1.5 mile asphalt oval. The purse, $782,000. You can watch it on FS1 starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen on MRN and Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. The distance, again, 201 miles. That is 134 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 30. Stage 2 ends on lap 60. And the final stage ends on lap 134. Tomorrow is the Xfinity Series. It is the BetMGM 300. That kicks off at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Purse of $1.383 million. 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can start watching it on Fox. Again, you can also listen at PRN Radio and Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Distance, again, 300 miles. That is 200 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 45. Stage 2 ends on lap 90. The final stage ends on lap 200 for Sunday's race. The Cup Series race, it is the Coca-Cola 600. It kicks off at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a purse of $9.874 million. Nice. You can start watching on Fox at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen on PRN Radio and Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Distance, again, 600 miles. That is 400 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 100. Stage 2 ends on lap 200. And stage 3, you guessed it, ends on lap 300. The final stage ends on lap 400. So there are actually 4 stages, making it the longest race of the year. Let's jump into news and notes. Joe, out of all your races that you've done, what's the most laps you've ever run in one race?
I think it was 200.
200 laps? Where was that at?
That was at our wonderful Madison International Speedway.
Oh, nice. Right there in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. So getting into this weekend's race, out front isn't a bad place to start at Charlotte Motor Speedway. They are actually qualifying, I believe, tomorrow for this race. Total of 27 different starting positions on the grid have led to wins in the 125 NASCAR Cup Series races at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The first starting position is the most proficient starting position in the field, producing more winners, 19 to be exact, than any other starting position.
Wow.
Active pole winners for this weekend's race: Jimmy Johnson for Legacy Motorsports. It has 4 poles. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch have 3. Kyle Larson, William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., and Brad Keselowski, who has the last Cup Series win, not at Charlotte, but the last one this season, all have 1. Active Charlotte race winners. Jimmy Johnson, again, is out there. He's got a few. Make it 8 to be exact. Martin Truex Jr. has 3 wins. Brad Keselowski has 2. Ryan Blaney has 1, all the way down to Logano, including Larson, Elliott, Busch, and Austin Dillon, all with 1. Now, they haven't always run the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. So the Coca-Cola 600 active winners, there are 8. Again, Jimmy Johnson has 4. Martin Truex Jr. has 2. Ryan Blaney has 1. As a matter of fact, he has the most recent one. Denny Hamlin has 1. Kyle Larson with 1. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Austin Dillon all have 1. However, there is a spot for first-time winners at Charlotte. There are quite a few, starting with most recently was Austin Dillon in 2017. David Ruderman, you remember him, Joel, at 2009. Casey Mears in 2007. There's another name, Jamie McMurray from right here in Arizona. 2002, Matt Kenseth, you mentioned him. He won in 2000. Bobby Labonte, 1995. Jeff Gordon, never heard of him. He won in 1994. Charlie Glotzbach, 1968. Buddy Baker in 67. And David Pearson in 61.
Silver Fox.
There you go. The driver outlook, the standings following race number 13. In on wins already, in on the playoffs is Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, and Daniel Suarez. So far, in on points, not guaranteed though, but pretty close. Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Chase Briscoe, and then two that have a shot still of getting in on points without a win would be Bubba Wallace and Joey Logano, all chasing Briscoe and Busch. But a win real quick could put anybody in, including somebody like Corey LaJoie, who may actually have a pretty good race this weekend. We'll see how he qualifies. He does good at the bigger tracks.
I was going to say he's really solid in Charlotte, and he's got a good program underneath him. Spire Motorsports, they just signed an extension with Chili's for 3 more years. So he's got funding behind him, and I'll tell you what, Corey is no joke. I mean, and not to mention his dad makes great race car seats for midgets. So.
There you go. Some other news about this weekend's race. This weekend in Charlotte, Chase Elliott will look to become the 7th different driver to win on their 300th start, joining Rusty Wallace, Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, and Brad Keselowski, all with wins at Charlotte on their 300th start.
I forgot about Casey.
Random.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Some other stuff. Kyle Larson is expected to make his 350th start. Milestones for the rest of the season. 350th start at Nashville. Austin Cindric expected to make his 100th start at Pocono. Kyle Busch expected to make his 700th start in Indianapolis. And let's see here. Milestones for wins. Denny Hamlin currently has 54 NASCAR Cup Series wins. If he were to win another race, he would tie NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace for 11th all-time with 55. Martin Truex Jr. currently has 34 NASCAR Cup Series wins. If he were to win another race, he would tie Brad Keselowski for 24th all-time wins with 35 wins. Joey Logano currently has 32. With another win, he will be tied for 27th. Yeah, 32. I know, right?
I didn't think he had 32, but
he got 32. Oh. He will tie Hall of Famer Fireball Roberts.
That's it.
With 33. That's a good name right there.
Fireball Roberts was the man.
Yeah.
And in fact, one time he literally burnt himself up in a car.
Well, that would explain the nickname.
Yeah. It's not exactly how you want that nickname to come about, but
there are just dozens and dozens of drivers or of crew members that are actually from North Carolina and at their home track this weekend. The most drivers, or the team with the most, I believe, is Hendrick Motorsports, who actually has 4 members. Their tire carrier Brandon Greer, aero specialist Chris Blake, setup plate mechanic Daniel Tucker, and Scott Denton, who's their hauler driver for the 48 team, also from North Carolina. Richard Childress Racing actually has 5 members. But 4 are from the number 3 team, 1 from the number 8. And then on and on. I mean, there's a huge list. I mean, racing in North Carolina goes together like ketchup on burgers. And it's just it's how it is. With that being said, looking at this race, Joel, who wins this race?
Oh, man. I'm gonna. I mean, going by what Vegas is shouting out, they've got big numbers on Kyle Larson. But I'm going to tell you what, if he's at all in good shape, he's still going to get wore out from running Indianapolis if he makes all the laps at Indy. But I'm going to tell you, my early pick, my dark horse is Corey LaJoie. I have him picked in my fantasy league, but my favorite that I'm going with, and I'm sticking with it, is back-to-back wins for Brad Keselowski.
Nice. Ford's going to be good this weekend.
He's run good. He's always been strong at Charlotte. Good finishers. He's got consistency there. There's no really good, bad, or ugly with him there. I mean, if you look at his statistics, the average numbers where he's finishing, I think are like a top 10. So
I like it. I like the pick. I was actually going to say Keselowski, so let me move on and just randomly pick somebody that I don't like, but his official name again is Ryan fucking Blaney. So I am taking him. Not my favorite driver, but I'm taking him to win because I think Ford's going to be tough to beat this weekend.
Yep.
Marnie, who do you got?
So Martin Truex Jr., but I don't have reasoning. It just popped into my head first. I'm not sure why. I would actually like to see Corey LaJoie win this one. I think he deserves a win. He's like a really decent dude. So,
but Martin Truex, he's a beast. I mean, no
he's
matter
got 3
where
wins
he runs,
this track.
I mean, no matter where he runs, he
just feels due.
I mean,
he feels due. I feel like he's gonna go.
He's due for a win.
Yeah.
He's definitely due for a win. He's leading the non-winners in points. So I mean, he's due. I will say that Ryan Blaney also
been
due
up there in almost all the races. So,
yep. You mentioned Larson doing the double. I actually have a little bit of info on that. Let me see. Let me pull it up. There it is. All right. So, of the 4 drivers that have attempted what's known around racing as the double, which is where you race the Indianapolis 500 and then you go and do the Coca-Cola 600, he will become the actual 5th driver all time to attempt it, along with John Andretti, Tony Stewart, Robbie Gordon, and Kurt Busch. Let's see here. Of the 4 drivers, Tony Stewart is the only one to complete every lap of both races back in 2001, turning in what is still the best showing with a 6th place finish at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and a 3rd place finish later that evening at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Very nice.
Kyle Larson.
And Stewart started dead last on that field in 01 because he missed a driver's meeting because he was in the air coming from Indianapolis.
Oh, they penalized him for it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He started back to back.
Got to show up at the driver's meeting.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson is already off to a fast start in his Indy debut, setting a record for the fastest qualifying 4-lap average ever recorded by a rookie in the series at 232.846 miles per hour. That's not fast. At Charlotte, Larson is no slouch either. The California native has made 14 Cup starts at Charlotte Motor Speedway, putting up a pole, 1 win in 2021, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. His average finish at Charlotte is 17.7. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I got to give mine. Did I give mine? I gave mine. I took Ryan fucking Blaney.
Yeah.
All right. So now I actually have a reason to cheer for that son of a bitch. Let's do it. Let's go. RFB beat RFK.
All
right. All right. With that being said, what's next?
Games with guests.
All right. It is time to break the tiebreaker of are you or are you not wicked smart? Right now, it is 1-1 between Joel and Marnie. Marnie took the last one, so Joel, technically, you're on a losing streak. All right.
That's not a streak
Just
unless it's 2 or
throwing
more.
that out there. Hey, look, your rules, my rules, whatever. All right. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Now, all of these are, elementary school level questions. Joel, you're the guest. You lost the last time, so we are going to go with you first with the first question. Or do you want to? You know what? No, I'm not doing that. Marnie, who is your favorite driver?
Bowman.
Okay, so your buzzer is Bowman.
Okay.
Joel, who is your favorite driver?
God.
That's a good pick, but unrealistic.
Right. Yeah. Right now, I mean, God, I don't know who I would go with. It's my favorite right now. I'll go with Christopher Bell.
All right. Solid pick. All right. So your buzzer is Bell. All right. So Bowman and Bell, I give the point to whoever answers first with that name, with your buzzer name. All right. First question. Which continent is the least populated?
Bowman. Antarctica.
Well, wait for me to call on you.
No.
I'm the host of this show. Yes, you got it right. Absolutely. That's a point. 1 point. We're doing the best. We're doing first to seven. Seven.
One drink for every wrong answer.
There you go. You may just sweep this, Marnie. All right. All right. Since this one's actually kind of tough. Since the late 1930s, what calendar date has been designated for the inauguration of a United States president?
I don't know the inaugural date.
I didn't know this shit.
Bowman.
I think Bell got in there first. Go ahead, Bell.
February 28th.
That is incorrect. Bowman.
I was gonna guess January 8th. I don't have a reason. I just
January is correct, but no points because it's actually the 20th. All right, next question. In the initials of the federal agency known as NASA, what does the first A stand for?
Bowman. Air.
Bowman, go ahead.
I said air. I feel like
That is not correct.
I think I was thinking of the National Air and Space Museum. My brain immediately went, that's the same thing. Air.
All right. Joel, you want to buzz in?
Yes, Bell.
All right, Bell, go ahead.
The N is going to be national.
That wasn't the question. What does the A stand for?
Oh, fuck. Astronomical. Yeah.
I'll take that answer because it's wrong. It's aeronautics.
National Aeronautics.
Aeronautics. All right. Well, both of you got the answer kind of right because your word started with an A, but you're not getting any points. All right. What revolutionary leader, again, these are elementary level questions. Okay. What revolutionary leader wrote the influential Common Sense in 1776?
Bell.
Bell, go ahead.
Thomas Jefferson.
That is incorrect.
Bowman. Is it Benjamin Franklin?
Bowman, wait until I call on you.
No.
That is incorrect. Thomas Paine. Thomas Paine. No points awarded.
Franklin liked writing pamphlets.
All right. What was the name of the first satellite pulled into orbit by the United States?
By the U.S.?
I actually know this one. Not just because I'm looking at it.
Pulled into orbit by the U.S.
The first satellite pulled
I know
into
the
orbit
Russian
by the
one.
Give it a shot, I guess.
Bowman Sputnik.
I was going to say that was the Sputnik, but yeah.
That's
Bowman,
Russian,
you're incorrect. You're incorrect.
Not U.S. So.
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
What was the name of the first satellite pulled into orbit by the United States?
It was a woman's name too. Fudge.
I'm sorry, that bitch is incorrect.
No, I'll pass.
It was the Explorer. The Explorer. All right, next question. What ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru? Seriously? I know this one.
I don't know the name of the civilization. All right, Bowman.
Bowman.
Inca.
That is correct.
It
I was
is.
gonna say, it was either them or the Aztecs.
Yep. All right. 2-0. All right. Next up. What type of animal can live on both water and land?
Bowman.
Bowman.
Amphibian.
That is correct. 3-0. Take another drink, Joel. Take another drink.
I've gotten so many wrong, I'm empty.
Next question. How many sides does a hexagon have?
Bell.
Bill.
6.
That is correct. He's on the board. 3-1. All right. 1st to 7 wins. I'm not asking that question. That question takes way too much thought. All right. Next question. What was the most widely grown crop in the middle colonies?
Bowman.
Bowman first.
Tobacco.
That is incorrect. Bell.
Corn.
That is incorrect. It was wheat.
Oh, I would have got that. I would have
Wheat
thought
was
cotton
the
next.
answer. Next question.
Right.
What was the name of the last queen of France?
Oh, Bowman.
Bowman.
Marie Antoinette.
That is correct. Also, the queen that gave the inspiration for the original shape of the wine glass.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Fun fact.
Who is it? Because of her breast. Yeah. That's exactly why.
It was. Hooterlicious.
All right. It's a hooterific note there. All right. What force pulls objects toward Earth's core and keeps humans from floating in the sky?
Bell.
Bell.
Centrifugal.
That is incorrect.
What?
Bowman.
Bowman.
I think you were saying gravity.
That is correct.
Although
Gravity is
you
the force
what you
that
said
keeps
was
us
right.
on the ground.
same concept of the water in the bucket. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's what, 4-2?
6.
4-2.
6-2.
4-2. All right. Next question. This state is in New England, so you probably don't know the answer. What is the capital of Connecticut?
Bell.
Bell.
Not Concord.
Yeah.
No, it's not Concord.
Concord's not Connecticut.
That's not the capital of Connecticut. And
All
we'll
right.
say it again if you want me to.
Bowman.
That is also not it. Bowman.
Dover.
That is Delaware's capital.
It is Delaware.
I know all of these. It is Hartford.
Well, of course you
Hartford,
grew up
Connecticut. No, I grew up in freaking Massachusetts. It's a totally different state.
East Coast in New England.
So I know everything about every nearby state. Actually, I kind of do.
Yeah, probably
All right.
do. Trying to be a smart ass.
Here's a question. No chance in hell that you're going to get it correctly, so I will give the point to whoever gets closest. How many countries are in Africa?
Oh, jeez.
Both of you can give an answer.
Bell.
Well,
We'll go with Bell
Reverse.
first.
How many countries?
Are in Africa.
12.
That's your guess. All right. Bowman,
Minus 40.
yours is 40. You get the point. The actual answer is 54.
What?
There are
No.
54 countries in Africa.
I guess comically over in case 12 was off. 54.
It is now 5-2.
I need to see a map.
All right. We're not doing grammar. All right. Not doing grammar. Okay. The Statue of Liberty was a gift to the U.S. from where?
Bowman.
Bowman first.
France.
That is correct. 6-2. All right. Really? This is an elementary school question? I thought this would be a kindergarten question. All right. I'm going to ask it anyway. What do you call a scientist who studies rocks?
Bowman. Geologist.
Bowman. That is geologist for the win. 7-2. That is in his defense, he's just not smart. He's one hell of a driver though. Speaking of which, let's close out with this. Joel, you had one hell of a spin and one hell of a flip, a few flips in your last race, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Let's touch on that. You're good?
I'm good. The only thing that happened to me that night, halfway through, I lost my eyesight in my left, and when we landed, I realized that I had an extension from my eye socket, so I pushed my eyeball back in.
Oh God!
So
nothing much.
If I was to,
we'll stop an eye out.
It ruptured all the vessels in my left part of my eye. Other than that, honestly, I got up. I was up at 6:30 or 5:36 Sunday morning. I went for a long walk, and I was up and moving, and nothing. I mean, so I felt like $1 million after it happened. It just that my eye was ruptured. So
was that your first bad one? The rolling and everything?
Not in an open wheel car. No, unfortunately, when I was like 15, 16 years old, right after I first started racing open wheel cars, I thought I knew everything in the world. And I realized really quick that I did not. And I took a nasty, nasty roll. That one, I was black and blue for about 2.5 weeks. I had the 5-point harness bruising. Both eyes were beet red because I ruptured all the vessels in my eyes. But yeah, I mean, that was just part of the gig. And in these cars, it's not a matter of if you're gonna wreck, it's just when that you're gonna go for a ride. Sunday at Angel Park this last Sunday, a good friend of ours, Brian Peterson, he ended up doing the same thing that I did, and touching the left front with his right rear, barrel rolled, landed on the concrete wall, and bent the frame. He got out a little sore, but he's down in Indianapolis this weekend watching Kyle Larson. So,
oh,
nice.
That's good though.
All right. So where can everyone follow you?
I'm on Joel Willman Racing. You can catch me on Facebook. You can catch me on Instagram at Badger Outlaw 90. You can catch me on Snapchat, Twitter, all at Badger 90, Badger Outlaw 90. For sure. Take a look at tonight's race right now. Actually, the ARCA race, if anybody's watching, Travis Quapple, the Janesville native from Wisconsin, his son is actually leading in a Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports in the ARCA race tonight. Right now,
very nice.
Check out Lane Riggs's truck for tonight. That is extremely pretty cool tribute to the wonderful veterans of this weekend for Memorial Day weekend. It's huge. So I'm it's Infinity sponsored truck, but at the same time, it's a pretty sharp looking ride. So I would
Speaking
say
of which, we looked over the colors for this weekend's race for all
did.
3 levels.
Mhm.
Who did you say was your favorite car?
I'll tell you what. I mean, Brad Keselowski's car is pretty sharp. If you're going for like the American theme, I've got to go with Justin Allgaier. Allgaier's car it's like that old military Mustang look to it, old army plane feeling to it. I love that. I love that.
Very nice. I actually went with William Byron in
Did
the
you really?
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with Byron. I
sharp.
think that was probably one of the sharpest ones.
It's
All the
one of
red,
the-
white, and blue and everything was
Yep.
on it. It was pretty good. Marnie, who'd you go with?
I liked the Ally car a lot, not just because he's my favorite driver. I quite liked how they did
It
that.
was. It
And then
looks
it would
really
say,
good.
Christopher Bell and Martin Truex also should get some mentions in there because
Yeah.
there was a lot of sharp patriotic
There
design.
are a lot of sharp cars. That's the biggest
Be a
thing
good-looking
is,
race.
both of them are, all got pretty, extravagant looking cars. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I was talking, I had Nicole. I'm like, we're looking through, we had to go through 88 pictures today. I was scrolling through, and she really liked Austin Dillon's, but she really thought that Josh Berry's car was pretty cool. So
Yeah, Barry's got a great design.
yeah, his number 4
I
is
like that
pretty
one
cool.
too.
So
Yep.
yeah, no, we're excited. It's a big weekend. I'm definitely going to be watching, cheering on the wonderful Kyle Larson. How can you not? Anybody that's brave enough and got the nutsack to do that, for both the races in one day is huge. I'm wishing Hendrick Motorsports the best, even though it's a Chevy program, but you got to go Ford Performance. That's where it's up with me. Yeah, and we're just getting ready to go racing next week, June 2nd. We'll be at Angel Park. It's going to be a very sentimental race for me because, again, this whole midget program thing has been really big to our family. I've gotten more people that in my family that have been like, Joel, this is kind of like bringing our family back to home, and to bring them back to Angel Park on a Sunday night. Let's go, amen. I'm trying to make it 3 in a row. That's the biggest
Awesome,
thing.
buddy.
Yeah.
50-year-old rookie.
Yeah.
Joel Willman, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm leading the points, the rookie points. Miraculously, I've missed 2 races, and this kid is like right on my heels. So I'm ahead of him by I think it's like 10 or 12 points. So I'm hoping to God everything comes out. We're actually taking the car hopefully tomorrow. We're getting the brand new wrap put on it for Rhino exteriors and Ford Performance, and we're going to be rocking and rolling. It's going to be the full colors that we have advertised on our website. Finally, for the June 2nd, we've Rhino's going to be in the house for that, and we've got. I really have been told that there's going to be probably 30 or 40 people that want to come and watch me race down there. And I never expected that in my life. And once we get the car all wrapped and get some pictures taken, and then we'll be sending some material out to get some t-shirts made. So
very cool.
Outstanding. Can't wait to see those.
We'll be giving away some, we got some number 90 hats, fitted hats right now. The snapback should be coming in the next couple weeks. I got a 30-ounce tumbler. So if you buy a hat and buy a tumbler, we can make a deal. So
awesome. Sounds like a plan. Joel Willman, ladies and gentlemen, the man who is a much better driver than he is an elementary school student. We love you, Joel. We love you, man. Can't wait to have you back on.
Yes.
Take care, man. Go enjoy your dinner from your kids, man. That's awesome.
I will. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys soon, and have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I know, just remember, if you guys got a Fleet Farm down there, Monday, actually here in Wisconsin, all the Fleet Farms in the state or that are by Fleet Farm, each one of them at 3 p.m. are having a bugler do taps at 3 p.m. here. So
that's very cool.
Awesome.
Very much respect to that company, and I'm going to be there for our local one here in DeForest. So
it's awesome, man. We appreciate it.
All right,
buddy.
You guys
have a great
day.
weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Joe's
right.
awesome. He's
He
amazing.
is. Good
We
guy.
love having him. You obviously like beating him, but yeah, man, it's fun that he comes on. He handles it like a champ, and he did have one win, so it's 2-1. It's not like you're blowing
Now
the
you
doors
can
off
call
of
it a
him.
losing streak because he's lost twice in a row.
Now it's an official losing streak because apparently one in a row
Sorry,
doesn't
Joel.
count. Who knew? All right. But yeah, what's next?
Eye on the diamond.
All right. So Eye on the Diamond, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of I will be back in the press box tomorrow night for Sports Media X for the Saturday evening game between the Miami Marlins and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Huge shout out to the Diamondbacks for partnering with Sports Media X on a part-time basis this season. I love covering their games and putting up some good content for them. Speaking of which, the Diamondbacks will be at home this weekend against the Miami Marlins. Arizona is currently 8 games back of first place Los Angeles Dodgers. Diamondbacks actually just took 2 out of 3 games to win their road series against the Dodgers. Tonight's matchup puts the D-backs ace Zach Gallen up against Braxton Garrett for Miami. Gallen is actually 5-3 with a 3.02 ERA. He has 55 strikeouts and only 14 walks. It's a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio. Garrett is 0-0 on the season with 13 Ks and only 3 walks. This is basically just his third start of the season for Miami.
Okay.
Tomorrow's matchup will be Jordan Montgomery for Arizona versus Sixto Sanchez for Miami. And then Sunday's matchup will be Brandon Pfaadt for Arizona versus Ryan Weathers for Miami. This is a series that I fully expect the Arizona Diamondbacks to at least take 2 out of 3 of. Miami doesn't have that solid of a bullpen. They give up a lot of runs. So hopefully the matchup with the top of the pitching order for Arizona will result in a series win. For the Boston Red Sox, the Sox are at home this weekend as they host the Milwaukee Brewers. Red Sox are coming off a sweep in Tampa Bay. They took all 3 games from the Rays, which was beautiful.
Nice.
They have won 4 straight overall. That is a bigger winning streak than what you currently have over Joel. On the mound tonight for the Red Sox is Cutter Crawford. Crawford is 2-2 with a 2.17 ERA. That is an excellent ERA. 57 strikeouts and only 18 walks for the season. So far for the season, Milwaukee will counter with Jerry Koenig. He is 4-1 with a 2.70 ERA, 11 strikeouts and 4 walks. He is actually a reliever that is usually used as, quote, an opener from time to time. So they don't actually have a starter for today's game. They have an opener, which is where they pull somebody that usually comes in for an inning or two to start the game, and then it's basically bullpen for the rest of the game. It's a technique that works sometimes, but not always. Tomorrow, the Sox will have Nick Pivetta going up against Colin Reed, and then Sunday's matchup actually has not been announced yet. Once again, let's give a shout out to our segment sponsors, Mamba Hot Sauces. Neil and Karen are 2 of the nicest people you ever meet. Neil is one hell of a cook. Try their hot sauces out. Again, don't be a wimp. Just go to mambahotsauces.com. Check them out. Also, shout out to Angelica at SWFL Promos for our personalized tumblers. It keeps me hydrated on my current path of trying to slim down. I don't know what I'd do with it. I'd probably come in like every 2 laps just to get water if I didn't have that massive tank of water to carry around with me. So technically it's a lifesaver. And don't forget, everybody, if you're looking to start your sports podcast, you can get a 1-month free trial of Podbean's unlimited plan by going to podbean.com/Coach JD. Again, that's podbean.com/Coach JD. Let me give a shout out to some of our other partners out there that are on our site. We want to give a shout out to No Boss, No Rush, which is our main sponsor for our brand. Go to CoachJeffDemers.com/partnerships to find out more information on them, as well as the Geek Out Academy. Janine Hernandez, Book Publishing Academy, the Buckeye Gazette, Twin Flame Images and Productions, Sports Action Arizona, and again, Willman Racing. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the show. Again, don't forget what this weekend is all about. It's not for the living, it's for those that have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms. So that's it for the show. Lady Emma, what is the final word?
Keep loving sports.
See you later.